So here's our piston that threw the rod, and you can see the cap. It seems like the cap has just come off the back for one of many reasons that it could have been. And this notch in the rod right here is where the crankshaft continued its revolution and then slammed into the rod. And the sudden stop at the higher RPM that the engine was running at caused all of these flywheel bolts in the crankshaft to shear off. So that's pretty significant. But we've got the pin off, and yeah, working on disassembling. So it's important here, this engine does not have a timing chain, but we do have timing marks here on the gears. It's difficult to see, but you can probably make out these small indentations that are punched into the gears. This is just so that we do not mix up our timing with our crankshaft and our camshaft. So the more I work on this engine, the more I like it. The thing is just built so steady. It's a very simple design. And I just really like it. Before we pull the crankshaft out, we need to remove the pistons. These rods way down here. Just gonna push that one out. Push that one out. Here, hold it back again. Okay, we're getting these pistons out of here so that we can pull the crankshaft. This is piston number 1, piston number 2. See that connecting rod just completely bent. So I think the crankshaft hit the connecting rod right here, and it hit the inside of the engine block right there. Lightly tap the crankshaft. And it's definitely trying to move on us. But our rear plate right here, this is a unique design on the stern of the engine. Inside this plate is the rear main seal and the bearing, the rear bearing of the crankshaft, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna go ahead and get that out. Here's our old camshaft, and you can see all these journals here. This is our problem child journal, and I used a micrometer, standard micrometer, for all of these measurements. So here's the old crankshaft measurements, here's the new crankshaft measurements. So yeah, I was also impressed because piston rod number 1 and piston rod number 2, all these measurements are forward to back. So piston rod number 1 here and piston rod number 2 here are identical to 1/1000th of an inch. So that's just neat that this old engine who's been run so much, the journals are perfectly sized. I also removed the intermediate bearings on the crankshaft. Those are these guys right here. These guys seal around the crankshaft and get screwed in right there, as you guys saw. And this is the rear main bearing and seal for the crank. So that is really cool. I'm going to remove the camshaft, and just so that I can get in here and clean everything really well. Barely in the edge here. I'm tapping this very lightly so as not to damage anything. There we go. This is the lobe section that runs the injector pump. Okay, we have got all of these bad boys out, so we are ready to move on with cleaning out the block. I think this is the oil pump. I'm gonna yank this off really quick too, probably pull this fuel pump off, and then just go to town on this thing. So we are not stopping adventuring. Today we're at Lake Tahoe with our parents, and yeah, doing a nice little hike, going to Maggie's Peak today with my fancy hat that was a gift from them